Okay, now let's talk about Han. So Han is actually the reason I stayed, and if it hasn't been clear through my other videos, he is my alt. Um, I've been feeling shy. So most of the Stray Kids members are actually younger than me by like a year or two. So like even my admiration is not from a visualizing of partnership. You know how some people are like, oh, I wish I could be with them romantically. Nah, it's more like admiring your younger brother's efforts and whatnot. I think only a few of the like upper hewn line are either older than me or the same age as me. So Han, if I could write a letter to Han, I think it would probably have the most stuff in it. And that's because I just really admire him as a person. I like how he's able to express himself and his emotions. I think it takes a lot of courage to be able to tell people that you love them as openly as he does. And even with Stay, I personally struggle to say things like that. I'm more of the show you I love you than tell you I love you. And I'm working on it because people need to hear, right, what you have to say. And he really gives me that like maternal instinct to take care of him. So I don't know if it's because, like I mentioned, I do have like younger siblings, and that has been my role all my life, that's taking care of the people who are around me. So I think because he gives off the energy like you just want to take care of him, so maybe that's one of the things. But also he's very cute, he's very handsome, he does the duality thing so well, like all Stray Kids members do it very well. He's just so adorable, and I like how he's comfortable with expressing when he's sad or when something hurts his feelings, or yeah, he's just cute. But also the inverse to it is I can tell he really does have like a bite to him. He's probably one of the members you wouldn't want to go bun for bun with, like in an argument or in a fight. Like if when he cares about you, that's nice, but if he doesn't mind you being hurt about what he's saying, I think he's not the one you would want to go like back and forth with, right? Yeah, so like I mentioned, I first saw him clearly in Easy, and I was just like, unfortunately I can't speak Korean because I would say the lines and whatnot, but I'm learning. As usual, it's the same thing. Like you learn a language, mostly like Korean or Japanese, because you either like anime or you have like a K-pop group you like, or you're into K-drama. So for me, it's obviously Stray Kids, so yeah, because I like to be able to understand them in context. I think sometimes meanings get lost in translation. Also, I've learned a lot about like the Korean culture, and I've just been really like curious about like Asia, because I mean they're really taking over in a very interesting way, and I really respect that from all the like China, Japan, Korea, even India. I've had more experience, actually, even more like with Indian people. Also, I haven't really done like Malaysia or Thailand, but yeah, all the Asian countries as a whole, these are very hardworking people. If it's one thing I credit the people of Asian descent, is they are so hardworking, so committed, so dedicated, so enthusiastic about the things that they do in whatever category. So whatever field they get into, they do to the best of their ability, and that's something that a lot of us could learn from. They're really not lazy people, and I see that a lot even with Han. Like when I watched him go through like depression and anxiety, and honestly I think all the members have, we just saw it present in different ways. I really could relate to that because I too have gone through serious depression and anxiety, like leading to passing out and whatnot, like just your system shutting down and you're incapacitated, you can't really do much, and things happen in this world which make you realize that people can really be so evil and mean and vindictive and hurtful and not consider your feelings and just be, so cruel. And I just admire his strength for going through that, navigating that journey, and coming out stronger. He looks so happy nowadays. He looks so full of life. He looks so healthy. He looks like the Han that was before, but amplified. Like, you can just feel love oozing off him. His smile is so adorable. I like everything about Han, to be honest. He's the reason I stayed, and he introduced me to the other members. And you know how people are like, oh no, as you go along, like, your old changes and whatnot, or your bias. But for me, like, he's been the reason I got into Stray Kids, and he's still the reason, like, I'm just looking and being like, oh my god, Han. So I like all the Stray Kids members, again, like I mentioned, but there's just a special place he holds in my heart. And when I look at him, I'm just in awe. There's just some people who, like, even when they are dancing, I'm like, they're all doing so well. And then I'm like, look at Han. Look at him doing the moves so well. Look at him putting in so much effort. Look how he's managing to do it. He's so adorable, and he forgets his lines. He's so adorable, and he forgets his moves. And I'm just like, look at him doing it. I'm rooting for him. And then he got his ambassadorship, and I'm like, oh, thank you. Finally, somebody saw him. Like, why wasn't he being given brand deals? Like, I was so touched. Like, it didn't even make sense. Like, honestly, my feelings towards Stray Kids don't make sense to me, because, like, they are strangers, to be honest. Like, they are so far, but I'm so fond of them. I think it's because of the hard work that they put in. I just want them to do well, and I want them to keep doing well and to be appreciated for that. So I think they really have found an interesting way of getting people to root for them. I don't know what those guys did and how they did it, but they definitely did what they needed to do to get people not only attached to them physically, but spiritually and soully. I think when you get you're in, And that's Han. I just look forward to seeing who he turns out to be, who he grows into as he's still growing. I think a lot of the members we really have seen grow over time, like, regardless of when you entered the fandom, because, like, the video evidence is there. You can really see their transition from being, basically children to being young adults, and then established adults, and, like, to where they are now. And it's so interesting to see, because you can see how some of them have lost that giddiness that they had as children, and just the world and the evilness of people has robbed them of that carefree attitude and that carefree expression. I think one member, I'll probably talk about it in his video, is Felix. He's a very interesting character to me, and I'll explain more in his video. But that's for Han. And I just want to tell him that you're so appreciated, so admired, so interesting and intriguing to people. His mind is amazing. His lyrics are amazing. His musicality is amazing. His voice is amazing. His dance is amazing. He's just amazing. Like, the way he's able to, like, I remember when I first heard Volcano, because I already liked him, and then I came across Volcano, and that song just wrapped me up in a bowl of emotions. And literally, I think that's one of the songs that made me want to learn Korean, because I was like, there's no way I have to be able to sing this song word for word, because I just can't. And then I heard his song Closer. Was it Close? I had 13, and I'm just like, this guy, look at his heart. Look at his emotions. Look at his being. Look at his soul. Look at his cheeks. So cute. I equally have a little bit of cheeks too. So I'm like, yeah. So that's Han, my olds. And I'll probably have to make another one for him, because, like, this was me just gushing without, like, going into, like, the technical side of him. So yeah.